to his house of this man in Italy, Cinque Terre. We do not know him from a can of paint. Okay, we're going to his house for dinner. We literally could have been killed and nobody would have known where we were at. As you can see, my tetas are outgrowing it. Okay, that's one reason maybe yes, I should go up a size, right? But in my mind, I keep telling myself they're going to go down a size. So it's like I'm tricking myself. No need for me to buy another one to put it in a landfill, okay? I no need to buy another one to put it in a landfill. I no need to buy another thing to put it in the garbage, okay? We don't need to get a lot of things to put in the basura, okay? So I try to be a good citizen of the world and, you know, do my best, okay? Is this biracial coded? Is the orange Julius biracial coded? Y'all don't even know what that is, do you? If I say orange Julius, you don't even know what that is, do you? I don't know. I never seen anybody else in my life drink one of these, but my mom used to get these for me. We love these in the mall. It was a place in the mall. I think it was called Orange Julius. If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember. Y'all correct me. Milk and orange juice or some type of fruit, I think. I don't know, or maybe it's just orange or it's just orange juice. But anyway, in here is mango, some orange juice, and pineapple and macadamia nut milk. But it's so good. I usually put this protein powder, wait, hold on, can you focus? Yeah, in my smoothie because it's the cleanest for me. But today, you know, I had already bought these a while ago. I'm like, I might as well use them. So this is, let me see. This is a protein powder, well, no, plant-powered protein shake. Use it like as the milk in my coffee because it's vanilla flavored. So I just pour it in here and then I add my espresso. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hold up, let me stir. I don't really love this one. It's my first time trying it. This one, it has like, there's a vanilla version. I think it tastes better, but I'm not sure what is in here. I think it's the carrageenan, and I do think there's dairy in here, and that's why this is not so good for me. But today I will drink this one, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not like the way this tastes. Anyway, so today in my meditation, I started doing my walkthroughs. Wow. Wow. I had to clean my shirt, clean the floor. We're back. Let's try this again. I was getting more ice again to try this again, and I opened the refrigerator. I was like, why the ice ain't coming out? Because the ice was jammed here. And look at that. Wow. What's going on today here, brother? Go get that towel again. This is just telling me to slow down, take my time, don't rush. Third time's the charm. I'm moving very carefully right now. I'm not going to make no more mistake. Yeah, this is my little work from home fit. I will be at home, but I will be cute. Finally, I got it. Let's see. Shout out to my press-on nails, y'all. I had these on for a week already. Shout out to my press-ons. Like, I had these for, I think, over a week so far. Look at them. I love these. Anyway. This is the first part of my Cowboy Carter outfit. So a travel agent got back to me with some recommendations, but I'm actually not going to go with any of her recommendations because I found out after talking to her that she specializes in luxury 5-star accommodations. I don't want to go to Thailand and pay Atlanta prices. And not only that, the resorts she sent me are beautiful.
For our vacation, and the holiday to Phuket was no exception. For this holiday, we chose to stay at the Anatara Mai Khao. Anatara has a lot of resorts in Phuket, but the Mai Khao resort has the best beach and
spa experience I've ever had in Thailand. The resort was so beautiful. They had lily pads. It felt like you were in the middle of a jungle. We chose a package where you can either do 60-minute Muay Thai or yoga.
So the places are pretty much like that. They kind of give the White Lotus, like if White Lotus was in real life, it would give that. And personally, I'm a very, you know me, I'm a very energetic, I'm a very spiritual girly. And I don't always love the energy of 5-star resorts. If I was going with Ace, I would go to a 5-star resort because we make our own vibe together. So I know I have him, we make a vibe, we do whatever we want. We have so much fun. A lot of those 5-star resorts have no vibe. Like everything's quiet. Everything's quiet. If you play any music, they're like I don't want that type of stay. Because I'm by myself, I need a place that has a vibe so that I can stay. I'm probably gonna stay on the property more than not because I'm gonna be mindfully, you see what I'm saying? But if I just wanna come down for dinner, like I want a little show, you know what I'm saying? I want a little action. I wanna, I know this is not the Caribbean, but the Thai equivalent of, when you go to the pool and they be like, follow the leader, like I'm good for that. Left and right. Hey, I'm good for that. I don't care if people say it's corny, it's cheesy. I have the time of my life. I literally love it. I love all the little shows. I want to be around some razzle dazzle. I want to get cute. And so I don't feel like those places are just going to be boring to me, honestly. They're going to be boring. So no. That's correct.
Ma'am, you want to change the seat for your Korean air flight from Incheon to Bangkok, right?
That's
like you want to upgrade it to business class then, or?
They told me that they are open, but they only can be upgraded on your end.
You mentioned also that you want to purchase the chargeable seat. However, ma'am, due to system limitation, we cannot reassign you the seat because this is a Delta ticket. However, ma'am, there's another option, okay? The first one, ma'am, you can be able to, you have a Skype account?
Yes. What I was saying was, I started to do in my meditations. This is something I do when, also my computer is still crashed. Can you believe it? I keep opening it thinking it's gonna turn on, and anyway, we're gonna think about that later. Protection is huge for me, and I understand that Thailand is really a safe. That's another reason why I chose it, because I was looking for places that are good for solo female travelers, and I'm very much taking a lot of third dimensional measures to make sure I'm safe. I'm gonna have air tags on my bags. I'm gonna have an air tag on me. I'm sharing my location with my husband. I'm sharing my location with my closest friend, 3 or 4 of my closest friends. Everybody's gonna know where I'm staying. Like, there's a lot, precautions that I'm taking. In the spiritual dimension, I also have to take precautions. So what I do is, have y'all ever seen Donnie Darko? It kind of reminds me of Donnie Darko. Like, Donnie Darko is this, to me, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. But it talks about like free will, determination, like, is your destiny preset or do you actually get to choose? And there's just a moment where they show the characters. I'm gonna just put it here. Okay, so it's kind of like that. Like, I will, in my meditations, I start literally from my journey of leaving my door here, going to the driver that's outside, getting to the airport, going through the terminal, going through TSA, going to a lounge or waiting for the flight, getting on the flight, going to my connection all the way. I get to my first location, my Airbnb. I have pictures of everywhere that I'm going, so I imagine myself, and I'm very visual. This is me. Like, you know, I've been looking up a lot of videos of Thailand. I'm a visual learner. Like, you can tell me something about a city and a place, but to me, I really intuitively get it when I see it. So I just see random videos of people walking around, what the streets look like, you know, describing the sensory experience. So I imagine myself, and before I walk, I imagine that there's like this very white, golden, protective light that leads me. So it's leading me and I'm following into the light. So I let the light lead me, and I just pay attention to what I see. Like, I let the light, I'm already seeing the space. I'm already clearing the space. I'm already sending light energy around where I'm going to be. I'm asking my guides for protection. And I'm also picking up on things, because sometimes I'll get information in a visualization that'll help me. And I won't know, it won't make sense then, but I'll just know. I'll just intuitively be like, oh, no, don't go that way. In my meditation, I was like going down this way or whatever. So I'm starting to do that, and I probably will do that every day before I leave. Because as an anxiety bunny, anxiety girly, I'm a little nervous, you know what I'm saying, by myself. So I just want to make sure, especially because sleeping by myself has been a thing for me in the past, childhood trauma. So nights are sometimes I'm like up or I'm scared to go to sleep. So I've specifically been sending light and energy around that and asking my guides to prepare the way. It's like my energetic pre-check. It's like my energetic scouting or my energetic walkthrough. I have new samples of my eye cream here. I have mine, but I really want feedback. I want to know, I feel like it's in a very good place, but there's a little something missing, je ne sais quoi, where I just really want to see if it works on other people. So I have 3 samples that I can give away. And if you want to get a sample, please let me know. What this means is it's an exchange. So if I give you a sample, all I ask is that you try it for 7 days and document your experience. If you hate it, if you love it, if you think it was good, I want to know the truth, because I'd rather know from you than have it on the market and people saying those things. So if you want to be one of the 3 people to get one of my eye creams, the easiest way to do this is to just DM me. DM me if you want to sample the eye cream, and just say eye cream at the very beginning of the message, and I'll select 3 people and I'll mail it to you. And then all you have to do is try it for 7 days. Make sure you capture your experience over the 7 days, and then allow me to share the footage if you want. Maybe. So I'm sitting here just thinking about how wild I used to be in my travels. When I was in college, I did this study abroad program in London. I did 2 studies. You know what? Actually, in my college life, I only spent 1 semester in Tallahassee. Is that true? No. I think so. I don't remember, but I think I spent a majority of my college life abroad. I was in Costa Rica, then I was in Germany, then I was in London. I was definitely using college to get up out of here. I was like, I'm gonna use this as every opportunity to see the world. And we were in London, and it's very easy to get, you know, in other places when you're in London. So me and my friend wanted to go to Italy, but we didn't want to go to, like, we went to Rome, we did that or whatever, and we wanted to go to Cinque Terre. It was like a more chill, sleepy town, like seaside town. You know, not that many people was going there. We were like, ooh, let's be different, let's go there. So we went to Cinque Terre, and when we got there, it's like, it's not as packed touristy as other places. So it was kind of quiet. And so we were just like going somewhere for dinner, and me and her found this little cafe or whatever for dinner. And like the guy, we walked in and the guy was like, his eyes like was like, oh, it's like he had been waiting to see some colored folk. He just looked so excited when we walked up in there. And mind you, I was very, very overly optimistic. I'm still optimistic, but in my 20s, I was like, everything's fine, it's okay. And my friend Marissa, I'm gonna send this to you, Marissa. If you are watching this, please, if there's any gaps, if I miss anything, please write it in the comments. And also, I apologize, because I feel like I owe you an apology for just pulling you on that crazy ass journey. Like, it could have ended on some Jeffrey Dahmer shit. I'm sorry, friend. We literally could have been killed and nobody would have known where we were at. So anyway, we eat at the restaurant. It's really cute. You know, I'm a coffee girl. He's whipping up the coffee. He's like talking to us. You know, he speaks English. So he said, you know, I can't do an Italian accent, so I'm not even gonna try. But he was like, oh my gosh, you know, black music. We love black music. And he was so happy. He pulled out his whole record collection. He started playing James Brown and funk. And like, I love funk. I love funk. Like me and Marissa was like, okay, he knows something. Like, you know, we were playing music because nobody was in the cafe. It was just me and Marissa. And this guy who owns the cafe, he's like, oh yeah, I'm the owner here. And he's also the chef. He's like, but like, I can't really cook you stuff like I really, you know, want to here. I can only make so much. What are you guys doing later? And I was like, nothing. Cause I was like, I want a real experience. I was like, Marissa, let's get the real experience, not the touristy experience. And Marissa the whole time was like, she was so nervous. She was like, friend, no. I was like, yeah, what we're doing later? Like, what's up? He's like, why don't you come to my house and I'll cook you dinner? Yeah, just come to my place and I can make you like a real Italian dinner, like a very authentic Italian dinner, better than I can make you here. And since y'all have nothing better to do, why not? So I'm like, okay, yeah. And Marissa is like giving me the eye. Like Marissa is like, friend, we don't even know him. She was like, well, we gonna end up in somebody's suitcase. She was like, what if we end up in his suitcase, sister? I'm like, no, it's gonna be fine. So there's really nothing to do in Cinque Terre. It's very chill. So we were like, we were walking around looking at the beach. We ate some gelato. And then, you know what I'm saying? We're like, okay, we're gonna meet him up later. And he's like, oh, you know, come to my house. He gave us his address. And I don't even know, I can't remember how we found, it must have been a small, did we walk there? I don't remember, but we got there. To his house of this man in Italy, Cinque Terre. We do not know him from a can of paint. Okay, we're going to his house for dinner. Mind you, this is before cell phones, so there was no tracking, no sharing locations, no cell phone. Mind you, at this time, the way that I was contacting my parents at home was calling collect on a payphone. So if anything in this situation went left, there would have been nothing me and Marissa could do. Nobody knew we were there. Nobody knew where we were at. We couldn't have called nobody. We couldn't have got out. Insane. So we go to his house and he made us like this really beautiful, I mean, he's actually was like an amazing chef. Like this was some of the best Italian food I ever had. He made us bread. He made us pasta. I even think he was giving us wine. I think we was getting wine. And he was just playing, he had a record player and he was so proud of his record collection that he just wanted to show us like all these different, like he was just playing funk music the whole time. And it was such a beautiful night. Nothing happened. That was it. He cooked us dinner. We sat there. We had a good time. Me and Marissa left, went back to I think we were staying at a hostel, went to the hostel, stayed. Next day, dipped back to London. Nothing happened. Can you believe that? If I had a child now, and they wanted to do something like that, I would absolutely lose my mind. And I literally think it's funny that millennials were like literally the most free range generation. And now we're like the opposite when it comes to parenting. We're like, share your location. Where are you? Let me see. I'm tracking your steps. And I'm just grateful that I was able to do that. I was grateful that I didn't end up in a body bag. And I'm just grateful that I was able to experience moments of just carefree, just living my life. It was a very good memory, but I'm not going to be that carefree on this trip. I'm older now and I'm not going to be messing around like that. Obviously, and my husband is not going for none of that. Ace is not going for none of that, brother. So there will be none of that on this trip, but I will be finding ways to explore.